I'm gonna give it a sec, and then your girl will get started. Okay, get this party started quickly. I'm not gonna be on here too long. I like to state that sometimes too, and then I will give a disclaimer before I start talking about the topic. This discussion about what I'm about to start talking about, right? Okay, freckles. Okay. A lot of people probably say, dang, she got some jacked up. No, I have freckles. Because I see it all the time. And I'm like, girl, they is really coming through. Okay. I'm going to share out and then I stop. Share out, then I will start. Mm. Okay, there we go. I was looking for something. Okay, are you ready? Let's get it started, y'all. Mm. Hello, 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 hello. Disclaimer: I am not a doctor, physician, therapist, counselor, but I say that because of what I'm about to say. And basically, what's getting me started with these conversations and discussions and chats and stuff, y'all can comment too. If you have any questions or whatever, ask me. It's just been something that's been resonating in my spirit to do. So serious. First off, I'm on this journey. I know a lot of people probably see weight loss journey. I be in the gym, etc. Today, I want to talk about high blood pressure. Okay. Yesterday was thyroids and Graves' disease. And I might want to touch base on that a little bit too. Okay. Signs of high blood pressure, high blood pressure, which is hypertension. These are the signs. How do you know if you have high blood pressure? People with very high blood pressure, usually their numbers are 180 over 120 or higher. I'm reading this. Can experience symptoms including severe headaches, chest pain, dizziness, difficulty breathing, nausea, vomiting, blurred vision, or other vision changes, and anxiety. Oh, the list is long, okay? I had to hit the thing, right? Okay, here we go. I had to pick up blurred vision, confusion, nosebleed, abnormal heart rhythm. That's signs. Treatment. Lifestyle changes can help lower high blood pressure. These include eating a healthy, low salt diet, losing weight, being physically active, quitting, tobaccos or smokings or whatever, if it's cigarettes, whatever. Okay. If you have high blood pressure, your doctor may recommend one or more medications. Your recommended blood pressure goals may depend on what other health conditions you have. Okay. High blood pressure goals is less than 130 over 80 if you have disease, heart disease, strokes, diabetes, uh, chronic kidney disease, high risk of other heart disease. Okay. The reason why I'm speaking on this topic is I was going to say something this morning when I was in the gym, and this is pertaining to me. Again, disclaimer, I'm not no doctor, nurse, physician, or nothing. It's a topic that I decided that I would like to discuss. And I experienced it personally myself. I had high blood pressure. And as I said, I was on almost 3 high blood pressure pills. And the reason why I'm reading some of this stuff is because it does relate to me and the things that I've done. Okay. So I'm saying all that to say, ooh, I don't know when I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. But I tell you one thing, it was a while. I had it for a while. And it was getting to the point, like I said, I was almost on 3. As I said yesterday, here we go. I'm doing a little paraphrasing because I don't want to get all the way into and talk about what I done said before or whatever. You can check out the video, but I'm not going to change the story on how I'm saying things. I looked at older. I'm going to go with 2010. I was jacked the hell up, okay? I had pictures and everything. And when I get comfortable enough, I'm talking about it right now, but when I get comfortable enough to show, I will put it on my community wall and it have the date, all that. And I'm talking about the date with my weight. Phone don't lie because when you take pictures, it go all the way down in the memory and you can see, say for instance, I think I started Dirty Keto January, I keep saying, I think it was the 14th, 20th or something of 2019, and I took off 40 pounds. Okay, so I started a collage and I wanted to do a picture of my before and present at that time moment of my weight. 2010, I'm 57 now. I probably look like I was 57 then. So serious. And I'm not sitting up here lying. This is my truth. And lately, being that I'm on this weight loss journey, I'm trying to stay focused, and people have been reaching out to me and ask me things. I don't have no problem with sharing. When it's dealing with health, such as blood pressure, um, diabetes, failure, anything of that matter or that nature, etc. Okay, the list goes on and on. Paraphrasing again, I'm not trying to get all into all the illnesses. My blood pressure was bad. I was adding salt to injury. I didn't care. I'm going to say it like that. I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. I wasn't happy. I was sad. I was depressed. But now, when I just finished reading some of the signs, I suffer from anxiety. Here we go. And then they said you can have heart problems and all this, that, and the third, and stuff like that. So, because I already read it, my anxiety was off the chain. I thought I was having a heart attack. Once, how did one know what a heart attack? Well, you kind of know the symptoms, right? And then they also said it when I went to the emergency room in an ambulance. This was January 2010. This is when I found out the highest of the weight that I was at that particular time. No lie. I mean, I knew I was overweight, but I'm talking about that's when I said, whoa, good night. I was depressed, sad. I didn't give a damn about myself. That's basically what it is. And you can't always blame other people because when you love yourself, you got to take accountability to how you want to feel. I allowed myself to go on that journey of not doing good for myself until 2020. Now, that's almost 10 years, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Have I tried to diet? Yes, I have. But I'm talking about taking it serious about my high blood pressure. So we right here. This is what this is about. Oh my goodness. My mom, okay, and my children's father and my sister. I'm gonna just say those three, just to name a few. Not labeling. My kid's father's not here. My mom's not here, but my oldest sister is. I'm not putting her name on here. I saw what my mom went through. Oftentimes people think diabetes. I might talk about that tomorrow. I'm not going to get into that because I want to take these steps gradually, slow. Causes all these things to happen. Mm. But they're not looking at the fact that high blood pressure, hypertension is not good at all. No. But having all these underlying medical conditions on top of that, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I make face structures. I'm a dramatic person when I talk, but I'm talking the truth. I do those ad libs. I like to express myself. And I'm going to tell you something. Everything I'm saying about my family, me, is the truth. Plus, I just got finished reading some symptoms. And again, disclaimer, I'm not no nurse or doctor. When I saw what my mom went through, having diabetes and high blood pressure and cholesterol and congested heart failure and all these things. I'm so serious. Everything is not hereditary. I really believe that it's not. I really honestly believe that it's not. Because think about it. If everything was hereditary, why is it that even if you had the problems, to me, this is how I want to explain it, and you change the way you're eating, because that's what it said too, one of the things. My mom diet. She went on diets. I don't call them diets. I say lifestyle changes. I say changing the way I eat. I don't like to say diet, but anywho, because I'm not really on no diet for real. I just changed the way I eat. So seeing what all my mom went through, she kidney failure. She had kidney failure. You could call it renal failure. And she was on dialysis. And my mom started on dialysis, I want to say 2004. Okay. And when she found out, me, my sister under me, her boyfriend, or husband maybe, was all there when the doctor told her, you know, how they take you in the room and have counsel with the whole family, whatever. You know what that doctor told my mom? I never will forget this. She told my mom that she thought she would figure out that her kidneys was bad. Meaning, like, okay, of course, she had all these problems. But just because you have a problem, foreign health problems, you supposed to figure out that your kidneys done went bad? So serious. She was a little bitty old thing. She had big blue eyes, short hair, small little thing. The doctor was. She was my doctor, and she was my sister's doctor and my mom's doctor. And when my mom said that, and my mom changed doctors and hospitals and all that stuff, oh honey, boom, I'm not staying there because they had a nurse tell me I was diabetic. I ain't never been diabetic. They had me. It's funny now because it's a lot of I laugh behind it. But I was going through it. Who the hell want to poke themselves? Now they got all this technology stuff. You put the thing on your arm and all this stuff like this here. scan yourself and stuff. But back then, they didn't have that. That's some peanuts. Sorry, y'all. Nobody said, what the hell she got in her mouth? Peanuts. They told me I was diabetic. You know how sad I was? Having to come bring myself to want to poke my finger. Oh my goodness. All the anxiety was there. Like, oh, you got to come to find out when I switched doctors and they do your lab work, because like I said, I have thyroid disease and they do all this other stuff. The doctor kept doing it. And he said, why are you taking this metformin? Okay, look it up. Metformin is for type 2 diabetes and also weight loss. Okay, metformin. Again, I ain't no doctor, but I'm telling you about my life as far as my weight loss journey and the things I went through. That's exactly what I'm doing. So again, he said, ma'am, we're going to monitor you. So they kept monitoring me. And they said, you do not have no damn diabetes. I'm not diabetic, okay? That should have been a lawsuit. Who tells a patient or anybody that they have a serious condition, okay? Type 2. And that sets in your mind, it plays with your mind, and you like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Because I know what diabetes is. Everybody's diabetic. Type 1 is different than type 2. And people that's type 2 pretty much can like reverse it or whatever, do the right things, okay? And I'm like, oh my goodness. How the hell would someone misdiagnose me and tell me that I'm diabetic? Borderline, they say. So I'm like, whoa. I wasn't thinking about no ching-ching, no dollars and all that stuff. I was just glad when the doctor told me I wasn't. Real talk. If my kids or sisters get on here, they comment. They're going to tell you, they could probably be down there. It's funny in a sense, but that's sad. So I start going to a different doctor, and I didn't have to take no pills or anything for diabetes because I wasn't. As time went on, I ended up having high blood pressure problem. I'm gonna tell you why. Depressed, sad, and not giving a damn about what I was eating. But one thing I can say, I wasn't a salt person. But see, that's contradicting too, because a lot of things that we eat have sodium in it already, like chips, candy, sodas, the food at the restaurant. We don't know what the hell they're putting in these foods when they preparing at the restaurant. I'm just being honest. And this is not talking against no restaurant. I'm just making a statement about me, moi, okay? I don't go out to eat. I'm learning to do different things. And even if it's something, I'm not going to say that I'm not supposed to have. I can have whatever. It's moderation, controlling on what you eat, how much you eat. It's discipline, okay? Discipline. So I'm fast forward because some might say you all over the place. I'm not all over the place. I'm just not trying to tell from hell how far it went back in 1994. Okay, I already done talked about that yesterday somewhat. And so thyroid Graves' disease, that is. Today is high blood pressure and a little bit probably diabetes, but I'll talk about that tomorrow. I just read some symptoms and signs and stuff. So Ooh, 2010 changed my life. For whatever reason, my body did something again. Probably was just mentally tired, and you're stuck. Whatever's going on in your body, in your brain, shut down in a sense. Like, get it together. I forget who called the ambulance, but I had a house full of people there. People was outside, uh, 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 in the house, and they pulled up the ambulance in front of my house. 'Cause I used to stay on a busy street, the third house on that street. Okay, and I loved it because I used to have a lot of yard sales. Okay, so enough of that because I that's the store in itself. I'm trying to make it a little fun, but also serious. I'm dead serious about everything. That man, if I can find him, he saved my life. I'm talking about the guy that was in the ambulance, paramedics or whatever you want to call it. He said, "You're not getting out of this ambulance." He got out the back of the ambulance and went straight to my son. Hmm, maybe he didn't care who he was talking to, just letting someone know that they was taking me. It was my son. We taking your mom to the hospital. I got there and it was towards the evening time. And the person that do the EEG, not EKG, okay? EKG is your heart, but they did an EEG on me. They did, actually, they did both. I'm taking that back. Yes, it did. So the doctor, they had to call him in because he was at home. They did that, sent me to my room, waiting on the results. Come to find out, they said I had an anxiety attack so damn bad again. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of believe a smidget of it was a heart attack. I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Once they came in there and told me everything, they brought a caseworker in the room. I remember this to this day. She was an African American woman because they said, "Is everything okay at home?" Mhm. I was there, and the second husband I was married to, not my kid's father, he's he walked in that room and he left out. And that lady said to me, "Ma'am, I'm typically not supposed to say this." She said, "That's your problem." I'm pausing. She said that. They came in the room and gave me nitroglycerin. For those of you that don't know, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people do know what that's for. Okay? But it also, I should say, treats other conditions, which was anxiety. But being that I know a little bit about medication because I certified nurse assistant, I work with terminally ill people and stuff like that. And my mom, when I would go to the hospital, ask questions about the medicine she was on, and then she educate me and also show me how to do um, give her insulin and all that stuff in her stomach or whatever. I knew what nitroglycerin was, the tablet, that little bitty old pill they put underneath your tongue. They came back in the room and gave me another one. And when they said they was going to have to give me another one tear, one came down my eye. And I had said in 2009 that I wasn't going to be with the problem that had in my life, which was my second husband. Mental, he was. And it caused me because I allowed myself to go through the mental bullcrap that someone else calls him to be mental. I hope you can follow me. He was in a messed up relationship, and that's why I said yesterday, people, when you're broken, fix yourself before you get in another relationship. I didn't know this, but who's to say just because somebody's been in a relationship with someone else being, um, I would call mentally abusive, and you find out what maybe 5 years ago, who the hell starts out a conversation with someone to say, guess what, I want to tell you something. I guess people can do it, but I was in a relationship with this person, which he did lie and say his wife took his children and left him. He don't have any kids. But you don't have to be the biological father of a child. He was there when she gave birth to one. But that's a story in itself. But he said she took his children and left. That woman had passed away. I didn't know him when I found out. I wasn't even in the same state when she passed away, okay? So I didn't break up nobody's marriages or nothing. I'm going to give her that out there. That's something I would not do. But when you find out from people, other people, not him, I didn't want to hear the story from him, okay? People that are not family and people that it is saying the same thing at different times. What happened to him? Something bad happened to him. But the point of what I'm getting at, why did I have to catch the wrath of it? Okay? You treated me probably worse than she treated you. And then again, it was a mental thing. So stop making excuses to be with people. Especially when it is damaging you mentally, physically, emotionally, and your health. Man, 2020, that's why I say I'm paraphrasing. I'm going to go all the way up because I'm not going to try to be on here too long. When I found out I was about to be on another blood pressure pill, I was on 2. It was going, my doctor said, I might have to. I told him, no, he ain't. You ain't put me on nothing else. He said, well, you know what you have to do. And right to this day, I remember that. And I love that doctor because he wasn't the type of doctor to get a piece of paper. You come in here and ready to hear, I'm going to give you this. You take this for a couple of days. No, he listened. He listened. I had him for about 10 years. No, not quite. Back up. Back it up. Because he retired in 2020, so about 8 years. Because I think I got him, my doctor, that is 2012, I want to say. Because when I moved, I switched to the doctor, found this doctor on my own. Nobody referred me, and he was amazing. I loved him. So he retired. I got a new one. Get to the point. And when he said that, no, you're not. So I thought about the weight loss. Not weight loss journey, sorry, weight loss surgery. Okay. Did the whole steps because it's not no easy thing. You have to do a lot research. Well, where I'm living at, you have to go to your email. You have to read. You have to take a quiz, a test, showing you different procedures. Then when you go, you have to make a psychological appointment to talk to a therapist. Take a quiz, and I think the quiz had 100 questions because they wanted to see if it's a mental state thing or whatever. I don't know. I did all of that, and it got down to where I needed to go meet my doctor, and they showed me different ways that they could do the weight loss surgery procedure because I wanted to sleep. I didn't want no gastro bypass one. Plus, they have other ones. I saw that woman show me all that stuff. She was so, I ain't gonna lie, this doctor didn't play. They didn't leave nothing out. They had different ones. They gave you the options of which one by looking at the video, all that. So anywho, she showed me all the ways. Still, I was sticking with the sleeve. It was time for him to come in. And he asked me a question. Weight loss doctor, that is, y'all. He said, well, you know, the different ways, and all this, that, and the third. He said, but could I ask you something? Honest Abe, okay? He said, do you smoke? And at that time I did. Yes. And he told me why. I'm glad I didn't lie anyhow. He said, because he didn't. I don't know about all these other doctors. He said, I don't do that procedure on nobody because he told me to get blood clots and all this other stuff. He ran into it with me. And I told him the truth before I even knew what he was saying. I said, yes, I do. He said, well, I can't do the surgery. He said, go home. And if you stop for 90 days or whatever, you come back. And they was going to do a test. They weren't taking your word. They were going to take a piece of my hair, just like if you smoked the Mary J, and they could tell if you had nicotine in your system. Telling the truth here, I don't know what, but like I said again, this doctor in this state where I reside at said this. I was smoking cigarettes and I was ready to stop. But I wasn't ready to stop because I had stress in my life, okay? Excuses, true, being honest. I saw a commercial on TV. And it was about people smoking and all the things that happened to them once they, was smoking and stuff like that. I took that number down, called them, and it was a woman that answered the phone, and she asked me a little question. She gave me a website to go and sign on, read. They called me every day, and once or twice a day, and they asked me one question. Just key part of it is, when is your weakest time that you need a cigarette? Morning time. When I was drinking my coffee. So what I did, I had a cutoff time to stop. Because as I said, I was getting coached. I didn't go in no place. I didn't do no patches or nothing. The most I tried one time was some of them damn oh hell, I can't even think of the word, lozenges or something at Walmart's, and I didn't like the way they taste, so I said it wasn't for me. Cold turkey. She would call me, how you doing? Are you having a good day? And I liked that. And so each day was a different day for me to want to stop. And I gave myself that period. So I'm saying to you all of y'all, that from 7 at night until whatever time that I woke up in the morning. So say, for instance, if I woke up at 8, so that's what? 13 hours. I didn't have a cigarette. So as time went on, I said, girl, this is mental. You ain't had a cigarette since 7 o'clock at night until 7 in the morning. You can do this. But still, I want that cigarette because I was drinking my coffee and I'm like, yes, I was that girl. I stopped cold turkey and picked up a nasty habit of smoking a Black and Mild. I said, are you crazy? This is me saying this about myself. A cigarette has a filter, a Black and Mild don't. You done went backwards. Totally. So I made affirmations. I put notes. I still have them in there. My kids, I got it on my door too, front door. And I done completed everything on that front door, but I still got it there. Goals, affirmations. One of them was loving myself, self-love, getting closer to God, being there for myself, my children, putting me first. And one of them at the very top was to stop smoking. And I'm going to tell you when I tell you this, I completed everything on that damn affirmation or goal list in my bathroom. I still have it by the mirror. It ain't always been there. I done took it down, put new one up or whatever, paper, because it gets old. I'm going on 2 years. I made a mistake on one of the videos. I said January the 10th. I didn't mean to say that. That's my granddaughter's birthday. I meant to say January the 20th. 10 days. See, I can correct myself because I did hear it. And I said it wrong. Before my birthday. And the 20th of January is when my mom passed away. So that's how I can remember, okay? The first time I stopped smoking cigarettes was November the 9th. The cigarette part, not the black, was on my son's birthday, okay? So I try to pick days that stick out to me or I can remember. Going on this January coming, 2 years. 2 years. Ain't went back, ain't going back. Mm-mm. And I stopped cold turkey. I didn't buy it on no straw, gum. And then people said, well, you know what? When you stop and you've been smoking so long, you gain weight. No, I didn't. Mm-mm. Matter of fact, I was eating healthier, taking my weight loss pill. I'm on a pill. I didn't think about smoking. And I didn't gain no weight. I was losing. So I don't listen to all those mess. To each his own. Some people probably do. Okay. I know my mom, she quit cold turkey. She used to chew on a straw and eat, not eat, but you might as well say, hell, it felt like she ate it. Pink bubble gum. Remember those pink bubble gums? They come in the blue wrap and then they have the green apple. She used to eat those or chew on them. Probably ate it too. And then my kid's father, he used to smoke and he just cold turkey quit. And I prayed and all this stuff. And so the blood pressure problem, like I said, I just was giving a little backstory. 2020, June, July of 2020 is when I said, you know what? Girl, get it together. I'm so serious. Met my second doctor because the first one had retired. Went there because I needed to go get some refills on my thyroid medication. Again, thyroid medication. Introduced myself. He introduced himself, gave him a little story about me. And I sat in there, I bawled like a baby because by this time my older sister was here and she was going through some sicknesses and things like that. And all about my mom and my kid's father had high blood pressure. And he had just passed away 3 years prior because strokes. Here we go. That was one of the things too. So high blood pressure ain't nothing to play with. And so again, almost on 3 myself. Mm-mm, mm-mm. So I'm saying all this to say, with the grace of God, I no longer take blood pressure medication. None. Mm-mm. I was on lisinopril and valsartan. I took myself off of lisinopril because I was reading some side effects anyways, okay? Just being honest. But I was still taking VALS something, however else you spell it, valsartan, high blood pressure pill. Big old thing. Oh, goodness, I used to hate to swallow it. All of a sudden, when I started eating differently and we go to the doctors and they see my blood pressure was doing well, plus I have 2 cuffs at home. So basically, I was monitoring it myself. Plus, I have a scale and all that. Anything that you have, like diabetes, high blood pressure, trying to lose weight, buy a scale, buy a cuff. And of course, you have your diabetes stuff that you got to poke. Hell, I don't even want to say that word because that was terrifying to me. And I was monitoring my blood pressure. And I was also comparing. So when I went to the doctors to get weighed in, because I'm on blood pressure, the weight loss journey, I was getting my blood pressure and weighed. And every month, okay? Woo, Lord Jesus, I used to be so happy to go. I'm so serious because I was losing weight and get my blood pressure monitor. And honey, I tell them sometimes if I didn't remember to ask them to give me a piece because I wanted to show people and take a picture, show my kids and stuff. When I go back in the next time, ooh, excuse me, ooh, Jesus, what the heck? I would say, could you tell me how much I weighed and my blood pressure the last time I was in here? They give it to me, they write it down. So I was monitoring it. They was too. Man, when I tell you, mm, 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 testimony, true statement story. My blood pressure is amazing. Ooh, and it's going to continue to be. And I say that stress will cause you high blood pressure. And when your body goes through a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. That's why I said everything is not hereditary. It's not. I refuse to believe that it is. I do. Whatever floats anybody else's boat. A disclaimer again. I'm saying it periodically throughout here. I'm not no physician, no doctor. No. I'm speaking on what I went through. I'm on this journey, weight loss journey. I need support. I'm not using this platform like it's a therapy session. No, honey, I don't have a problem going sitting on somebody's couch if I need to. I'm not going to deny nothing. But what it what it does for me is it warms my heart in a positive way to see that I can share my story and change someone else's life too, because I have. I have another YouTube channel, Mono Vegan Lifestyle. That's the channel I originally started talking about my weight problem, depression, anxiety, a whole bunch of other stuff I talked about on there. And I didn't have people reach out to me. I remember this one lady got on my thing. I don't know who she was, ain't talked to her, seen her, don't know her at all. Okay. You go back to check your comments and stuff like that. And she had a teenage son that was 16. And she said these words to me on my thing. If I can go all the way down, because this is what, about 2 years ago, maybe now, all the way down. She said, oh my goodness. She said, this was for me. She said, I have a teenage son that's suffering from depression. 16 to be exact, son. She said, I saw you on someone else's live. So imagine this. Just a rough number out there. 200 people on somebody's live. And you spot me out of all those 200 people. Y'all, I promise you I'm not lying. Mona Vegan Lifestyle. I have another channel, YouTube channel that is. And no, I did not create these channels. I've been had both of these channels way before monetizations and all this stuff came to be about. I was using the first one for music, to make a music playlist. And then I made this one to get away from someone else that had that information. I'm just keeping it real because I don't want everybody knowing what I'm saying on this and then you seeing what I'm doing, but I can't see what you're doing. And frankly, I don't give a damn what you're doing, especially if we're not together. Real talk for sure. So she said her son was suffering from depression. Now I'm an analyst. I said in my mind, why would a 16-year-old child be suffering from depression? I'm just innocent. Bullying at school. I talk about that too sometimes. Not knowing which gender they want to be, or or want to be with another opposite sex or the same sex or whatever, or somebody done did something to that child. Those are the three things that came to my mind. And I mean, think about it. Why would a 16-year-old, of course, abuse come into there too. So it could be four things, but and neglect, but hell, abuse to me is everything that I just said. You know what I'm saying? A bullying is an abuse thing. Knowing your whatever preference you want to be with or who, that can be an abuse thing because something that you endure. And then the other thing, for somebody done did something to you or whatever, or however, I just said those three things. And when that lady said that, she ended up, because my name was different than what it is now. She found me on Facebook and she said, "This lady right here saved my life." Real talk. Don't know her name, and that's okay. God sent people in your way, direction, same way with me. I done seen some things, and it helped me because I want to see positive stuff. Here we go again. I talk about that too. What is it that, what's wrong with people speaking positive stuff? We already got so much negative stuff in this world. It's taking people out. A little bit more love and compassion, it can go a long ways. That word love itself is powerful. Who doesn't want to feel loved? That does not mean you have to be in love. Girl, I love you. I love me. I'm so proud of me. And that's where when I was, starting my journey for the weight loss, that's what helped me lose 116 pounds. Woman, what are you talking about? It can be a catch-22 and it can be contradicting. Me per se, I'm going to continue to say this. I'm cool. hmm But the problem I have is other people. Me personally, it could be your family, it could be your children. Just saying. I'm okay. I don't mess with no one. Mm-mm. I'm not a messy Bessie. Mm-mm. I can talk about something, I ain't got to put nobody's name on it, but I can talk about it because it's my truth. If I say something about something I went through, like I did earlier with the ex husband, did you hear me mention his name? Mm-mm. But it's my story, and it was me telling it because of the condition that I end up enduring for allowing, here we go, myself to go through this. You know what? This is the thing. Sometimes when you heal or trying to move past things in life and do good for yourself, I learned this myself. Soul search, take your time, let your bed get cold, figure it out for yourself. Stop putting yourself around a lot of people. If you feel like you're suffocating, give yourself that time to heal. Stop pointing the finger at everybody. Because especially when you're grown, stop always talking about this happened to me when I was a kid. This happened to me. I got some stories that I was sharing, and I still can. But I want to be healed. I want to feel better. I don't want to keep thinking about what somebody did to me. Have I ever had the trigger? Yeah. And you know what I do? If I have that trigger around somebody that causes me to have the trigger, I'm not going to continue to be with that person in the life space, whoever it may be. Bye. Leave me alone. Kids, all that. Family, all that. This does not mean a husband or boyfriend. A relationship, you can have a relationship with your kids and your family members and stuff. You got to distance yourself away from things that is not playing a positive role in your life. And I share this with my kids and stuff like that because, as an adult mother, looking out for the best interest and the better half of them, I've been through hell and I done pulled myself out of it. So I don't know what hell feel like. Okay, so I've been through a lot. Okay, let's use words. I've been through a lot. A lot. But when you take time to figure out what you really want and stop blaming everybody, sometimes people got too many damn excuses. And especially to stay in a relationship. I'm doing a little backstory on what I've been talking about. So I'm kind of like, when I talk each time on these discussions, it's still all in cahoots. When you are depressed, your body does this. When you are sad, your body does this. When you allow yourself to be stressed out over this, that, and the third, your body does that. So all in all, it can mess with your health. Mental health is health. You can mess up yourself. Okay. And I learned that. And so it took me, hey, here we go. I'm 57. For me to really deep down in the pit of my soul, it started in 2017 when my kid's father left, passed up. First time ever having a place of my own in 2018, May, past that. Why? Because I was married twice, not because I didn't know how to live alone with stuff. I had husbands. I got married young, shoot. Got married when I was 19. Moved in. We had a thing 18. Okay, so long time. 15 years. Second husband, 13. So figure that out. That's 28 years of my life, and I'm 57, right? Then another long relationship, but I don't want to call it a relationship. It was maybe for a year, okay? After that, dead weight. So I had to remove myself from that. I did it. I didn't cry and go run to tell nobody. I had to live with people. I lived with my baby girl. You know what that done to me? But then I had to push myself back and say, you know what? I didn't help a lot of people. And I'm not directing this towards her. I didn't help people out before, but it was my pride because I said, damn, I'm living with my baby girl. Make you feel like you just doing something, okay? The D. And then DRU. Okay, and then y'all can figure out the rest of the spelling. I felt like I just was, nobody. When I finally cut that person completely, totally out of my life, that's another thing I was talking about. You got to start. I'm so afraid. I don't know what I do. My kids is close to their dad. Get over it. That's an excuse. I've been with this person for 20 years. I was with my kid's father when I was 18. All of my kids had the same father. We ended up getting into divorce, okay? But we shouldn't have. Because we was the best of friends. We allowed something, that's a story in itself. I done talked about it. I loved him. He loved me. We loved our kids. But despite us being weak and allowing ourselves to even go that way, we was the best of friends, co-parent. My kids lived with him and they lived with me. Two graduated with him, two graduated with me. He paid child support. I paid child support. I'm proud to say I paid child support. There's some amazing fathers out here, and sometimes women, okay? Just because you're having this kind of thing or whatever with the dad or the man, the father, whatever. Don't strip your kids from that. And me and my kids' father never bashed each other. Didn't have no reason to. That's why we shouldn't have never got a divorce. I'm just being dead right honest. We shouldn't have. But his mental state, my mental state of what happened to him, I already done mentioned that, and what happened to me, I was sick as a dog. I don't mention that already. And I'm not making no excuses. I loved him. I still do. My heart is just broken. It is. But I hold myself together and I don't want to like not be able to talk about it or cry. It's just that this is how I look at it. I can't bring them back. Live with the memories. Hold that special part of that person in you. And I have children. But what makes me sad is them being sad. So I say all that, and I like to sometimes brush it up because I'm not trying to get into a little moment. And so we just got to stop. Let these kids be with their dads or moms, unless whatever reason it states that they're not supposed to be. If they're a stand-up father or a stand-up mom, because dads have custodies too, okay? Stop holding this child hostage. Because when that kid get older and they hear the real truth of the story behind things, they're not going to be mad at the dad. They're going to be mad at you. Okay? My kids knew everything. Well, as they got older, they know exactly what happened. Because I didn't sugarcoat nothing. They're adults. They're not babies. And neither did their dad. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I didn't bash him. And he didn't bash me. And we came to peace before he passed away. And he apologized to me. And I apologized to him. It wasn't a one-way thing. The littlest things you do to someone can be big, vice versa. I didn't do nothing to him per se. We did it to each other. And I say that I was the one that wanted to get marriage counseling and get help and knew what he went through and what I went through. And I was sick and ICU. I done talked about all that. And not having no one there for me and my kids. And I done talked about that too. And I see a shadow. Y'all, I ain't crazy. My sliding doors right here, and I see a shadow, but it's the tree and stuff. So, but when someone know that time is coming, he always told me he loved me when he got sick. So, on that note, recap, I was talking about high blood pressure, a little bit about diabetes. I shared some things about Graves' disease yesterday and relationships. So far, I'm kind of recapping a little bit because somebody might say she all over the place. If you listen to the ones from the marriages, relationship, then I turn around with the one with the Graves, thyroid disease, and then today the high blood pressure. I'm recapping, doing a little ranting and running my mouth. I'm not going to stay on here too long. I've been on here going on an hour, and I tell you this. For those that's dealing with any kind of illnesses, physical, mental, whatever, emotional, work on it the best way you can. We can't allow ourselves to just settle for that. Okay? If you are diabetic, for instance, I'm going to use that one. Eat the way you're supposed to. Do what you have to do. If you have high blood pressure, eat the way you're supposed to. Yes, it's a struggle. Oh, Jesus, I know all too well. But my thing is this, the key thing, and then I'm going to get off here. We have to be mindful. We have to take accountability. and we have to stay focused. We have to. I went to the gym today. I didn't go Monday or Tuesday. The kids go to school. I picked days that I want to go. I went today, tomorrow, Friday. The weekend, I can go, but that's time for me to be in the house, doing things with them, cleaning and so on and so forth. So I try to do it. That's that time where, your mind can be clear. So I hope everyone have an amazing day and do what you have to do. We gotta want to live. We gotta want to feel better, look better, do better. Just saying.